although the tyres are being changed as a matter of routine, Michele Alboreto looks to me as though he's out of the San Marino Grand Prix. Well, he's certainly out effectively anyway.
Well, Alboreto's demise then gave Ayrton Senna a little bit of a breathing space, and Prost was aware of it, and really, Prost is surprisingly with the difficulties having of getting back that little bit of air, and if anything, Senna has extended the gap. So Senna, probably driving a very good tactical race, is now really, he saw the gap behind him, and he's done the right thing. I think he's really pushing at the moment. He's probably happier about his tyres, because remember, we felt they were all in a little bit of tyre trouble early on. But of course, as the car gets lighter, also the volume of rubber on the tyres as they wear gets less, and so they retain less heat. The car isn't so heavy, and so if you have tyre problems early in the race, if you can just nurse them through that spell, and there goes Alboreto out of the pits again, but certainly out of contention for a major place in this race.
There are no team orders, I repeat, no team orders between Prost and Lauda in the McLaren team, and Niki Lauda, knowing that Alain Prost already has 9 points, second in the World Championship, equal with Senna, will definitely be trying to get ahead of his teammate.
And Lauda slowed right down then in the chicane before the pits. Lauda appeared to slow, and you see he's now gone from the picture. I just saw him slowing then. I thought maybe he'd missed a gear through the corner, but that looks like trouble for Lauda, and at the moment I'm afraid we can't see from our commentary position where he's gone or what's happening. We just have to rely on what we see on our monitor here. But Prost is now closer to Senna than he has been ever since Alboreto forced him back a little bit.
It's an exciting and an intriguing San Marino Grand Prix, and with Alboreto touring in now, coming into the pits, I suspect definitely to retire. They go across the line to complete another lap. In comes Alboreto again. Senna, who we know is an enormously mature young man for his 25 years, and quite the most unflurried, unflappable, cool driver I've seen for a very long time. A world champion, if ever I saw one in the future, is now trying to maintain a gap between himself and Alain Prost.
As he went past at the end of the next lap, I had a quick look out of the window, and his car looked and sounded fine, and he had held that bit of gap that he lost. So we're going to watch Lauda carefully and then see what sort of problem he's having.
Yes, let's just check again. Ayrton Senna is leading, Alain Prost is second, and you can see how close they are, with Niki Lauda some 11 seconds behind. Then Elio De Angelis, 5th is Johansson, and 6th is Piquet.
We saw in Portugal, with that big battle for second place between Prost and Elio De Angelis, when Prost was climbing all over the back of De Angelis, but couldn't pass him because every time they got to the straight, De Angelis drove away from him, and it looks as if Senna has got the same advantage. Just let's watch them down the end of the straight. Prost is picking up the toe now. In fact, he's picking up the toe well, but he wants to get on the other side of Senna to get the braking into the left-hand corner. He's got to get to the inside, so he's got to go around the outside through that right-hander of the braking area.
This is the 30th and half distance lap. The gap between these two, Senna and Prost, first and second, and Niki Lauda, who is third, after some sort of problem, is 12 seconds. But all eyes, naturally and understandably, are on this superb battle between 25-year-old race leader Ayrton Senna in the Lotus and 30-year-old Alain Prost, second in the World Championship last year. And these two are equal in points in the World Championship, 9 each. Prost won in Brazil and Senna won in Portugal.
Prost looks to be very well placed this time, better placed than on the previous lap, and it's a question really of whether Senna is going to make room for him. We really are looking at the wrong thing. And, well, we missed all the excitement there, I'm afraid, but what happened was obviously Senna took the outside line round the right-hander in order to be placed to push Alain Prost the long way round when they got to the left-hand hairpin. In the meantime, behind them, Niki Lauda, after that rather strange hiccup in his progress, has got going again and is holding the gap, although he's some 11 seconds behind Alain Prost at the moment.
Boutsen and Cheever, 7th, 8th and 9th. Torbay is in 10th position, and everybody up to, but not including Torbay, has been lapped by the leaders, and Ghinzani is now being lapped in the Osella by Senna and Prost.
And that could be the break that Prost needed, because I think Ghinzani held Senna up a bit, although in fact Prost isn't as close, quite as close there as he was on the previous lap. So, but Prost isn't going to pass him going that side. He's going to have to try and jump him after the right-hander and into, as they're hard on the brakes for the left-hander. Very difficult situation, but he can't quite get himself in the position he needs. And of course Senna always has the right to force him the long way round, which he's doing very well indeed.
Little crooked-nosed Alain Prost, the professor they call him, and still do, because of the way he applies himself to his motor racing. He's no more of a professor than the very serious-minded Ayrton Senna, who is one of the most professional racing drivers I have ever met, notwithstanding which he's got a very good sense of humour, and they're carving their way through the tail enders now, and if Senna puts a wheel wrong, getting past Brundle or any of the other men that he's lapping, it could be Prost's opportunity, because certainly Alain Prost is close enough now.
Yes, he was beautifully placed through there. You watch the Lotus, of course, Senna gets his foot on the power a little bit earlier, but Prost is well placed in the tow again, but he only seems to be able to get half alongside the very aerodynamic Lotus, and I don't think that's going well. He's not, a lot of pushing in time, but Senna still has the inside for the corner. You see, and that is Alain Prost's problem. Senna is doing everything right in front. Prost is potentially quicker than him, but Prost, look now, they're all over each other. And this is really tremendous stirring stuff. They're both, Senna, despite his relatively new arrival on the Formula One scene, believe me, is a very experienced driver, very experienced at wheel-to-wheel racing, and he has a reputation sometimes for being challenged for the lead in Formula 3 at being a little bit hot-headed, a little bit overprotective to his lead, but I think we're looking at a more mature Ayrton Senna now. That was a couple of years ago, but Prost is giving him every ounce of pressure he can.
Senna withstanding the enormous pressure that the more experienced Grand Prix driver Alain Prost is applying to him in an incredibly matured way. And the Gérard Ducarouge designed chassis powered by the Renault engine is standing up to the John Barnard designed tag-powered McLaren extremely well. Now there's another tail-ender coming up. It's one of the Renaults, and it's Patrick Tambay. Patrick Tambay in the Renault he's in 10th position, and he's going to be caught and passed very shortly by the Renault-powered Lotus. That's rubbing the salt in the wound a bit.
Yes, it must be mortifying for Renault that the same engine is in fact, probably not the latest one, and that won't please Alain Prost at all, but he's quick enough now, he'll catch that back pretty quickly, and I don't think that will hold him up for very long, but it must be mortifying for Renault when to see the same engine, probably keeping the best for themselves, their own works cars, just being lapped because their chassis isn't as good as the Lotus chassis, and what must be particularly galling for them is that the Lotus chassis is designed by a Frenchman. So that must really rub it in, and I think it's a pity, because we really would like to see Renault, as we say, get their act together and get some results. They're very important to Grand Prix racing. They have the guts to come in as a major manufacturer. They've tried very hard indeed. They've spent a lot of money, a lot of effort.
Somos insignificantes. Por mais que você programe sua vida, a qualquer momento tudo pode mudar.